Andile, I think now you can agree with me when I say during the off-season, give that man Tatana a break, because it's all about the scoops, the breaking news, and of course the traveling. I'm speaking to you having touched down in Miami, Florida, where Mamelodi Sundowns now get to face Fluminense in their final group stage match. That's Group F, by the way, where they've played Dortmund, they've played Ulsan. Great result against Dortmund, won many hearts but didn't win the 3 points. So we now look to go to the Hard Rock Stadium Wednesday afternoon here in USA time zone, but a little bit later there in South Africa. So I'll be following up with Coach Miguel Cardoso at the press conference tomorrow, catching up with a few of the Sundowns players in the mix zone, just to get a feel of the mood in the camp ahead of this crucial fixture, which is quite decisive. If they don't bag the 3 points on this one, surely Mamelodi Sundowns will be headed back home. But I'll be staying a little bit longer and also trying to keep my eye on the scoops in the South African landscape as well in the PSL. Now, let's take it to the breaking news out at Orlando Pirates. Coach Absalom Wadu, a man you know very well at home, having been at Marumo Gallants, where there was a dispute over his contractual obligations there, parting company unceremoniously so, but he's now turned out at Orlando Pirates, and I'd love to hear Coach Lulu's thoughts on Absalom Wadu, relatively unknown in the PSL, but Orlando Pirates feeling that this man had done enough to get the job and succeed. Jose Ribeiro. Coach Lulu?
Yeah, I mean, you look at what he's done. He's played in France, he's played in England, he played for the Moroccan national team, but he has a big task to either make or break his CV in this Orlando Pirates team, because at Marumo he came in there for a couple of months, got there in March, played 12 matches, 5 wins, 4 draws and 3 losses, and he beat Orlando Pirates.
After they beat Marumo 8-0 without him, 8-1 without him.
Absolutely, and you could see what he was trying to do with Marumo Gallants. Now he's got even better equipped players in a better organized setup, where he's not going to be fighting about contracts and all of that. Let's hope Guti he really makes it, because in experience right, but melai build the CV yake.
Now, from one Soweto Giant to another Kaizer Chiefs, I'm now told reliably so that after parting ways with Mduduzi Mdantsane, a story that we had also reported after he returned from his loan spell at Richards Bay, even Dr. Kumalo weighing in on that one, Edmilson Dove as well last week being released. I'm now reliably informed that tomorrow, Tuesday morning, a couple of the out-of-contract players will go in for meetings. I'm talking about the likes of Zita Quinika, who finished the season quite strong, possibility there of a new contract offer on the table. George Matlu, a player that coach Nazreddin Nabi admires ever so much, also now likely to get a new contract. But we will keep our ears on the ground. Yusuf Mat, Captain Fantastic, as they call him at Kaizer Chiefs, having helped them win that Nedbank Cup with that stunning goal out at Moses Mabhida just a couple of weeks ago, almost a month to the day. Really, I'd love to hear what Dr. Kumalo thinks of these imminent new contract offers and decisions on the players that are likely to be leaving Kaizer Chiefs and those that would come in just before the new season kicks off. Dr. Kumalo?
I think, and the viewers, obviously, end of the season, a decision has to be made. Certain players will be given contracts, certain players will be offloaded. And it's so unfortunate that Mdu is part of that, and Dove. Having met with Dove at some places, you know, he was starting now to find his ground, to say, oh, this is Kaizer Chiefs. Now I have to up my game. But unfortunately, it was too late for him.
So didn't he make a difference now after the injury when he came back to stabilize?
Hence, that's what I'm saying, that he was stabilizing the left-hand side, as in the left back, which is his position, the left back, not the left central defender. So the unfortunate part, I mean, obviously the coach and the technical team probably they decided otherwise. But I strongly, I don't know, I think something they would have done with Mduduzi, you know. I'm not sure whether it has to do with the game or off the field things or whatsoever, but whatever decision that has been made, I've never experienced it. I don't even know what to go for. I've never experienced it.
Let me now conclude this, Andile, with a story about two South African players who will be desperate and hoping to make a name for themselves abroad. I'm talking about Thembi Nkosi-Lorch, been a star of the show here at the Club World Cup for Wydad Casablanca, who unfortunately have been eliminated and are headed back to Morocco. My understanding is that there will be talks now officially with Wydad Casablanca to try and extend his loan option or buy him outright from Mamelodi Sundowns, who being here would have watched closely and thinking, well, maybe he could return, but that's a story that we're keeping a close tab on. But my understanding is that the player keen to remain at Wydad Athletic Club and his representatives landed in the USA just to try and iron out those talks in the remaining days just before Wydad Casablanca play their final match and then head back home to Morocco. A final story now, Ime Okon. This was the news we broke last week around his future, that he was considering his options in and around the PSL and abroad. I can now confirm, reliably so, that Ime Okon will not sign for a team in South Africa. Instead, close to agreeing terms with teams in the European space, and that's where he's looking to play his future, play his football in the near future. Ime Okon, unfortunately for Betway Premiership clubs, will not be playing his football in South Africa. That's how I wrap up this report.